So today, we're diving into one of the most ambitious financial projects on the entire planet, Brazil's DREX. And this is a big one because it's not just about a new app or a new way to pay, it's about completely redesigning how an entire country uses money. And honestly, it gives us a pretty clear look into where our own financial futures may be headed.
But before we get into the nuts and bolts of DREX, I want you to just think about this one question for a second. What if money was programmable? What if it could actually do things instead of just sitting in your bank account? Now, this isn't science fiction. It's the core idea that's shaking up the world of finance. And to really get it, we need to start with the tech that makes it all possible. And that technology, you guessed it, is blockchain. Now, I know when a lot of people hear that word, their minds jump straight to cryptocurrencies. But its real power, its true potential, is as the engine for a totally new financial era. So let's just do a quick, simple recap of how this whole thing works. At its heart, a blockchain is really just a special kind of digital ledger. The best way to picture it is like a shared notebook. Every time a transaction happens, it gets written down on a new page. And here's the key. Once a page is written, it can never, ever be changed or torn out. It creates a perfect, permanent record of everything that's ever happened. So what makes this tech so powerful? Well, it really comes down to four key things. First, it's decentralized, meaning no single person or company or government is in control. Second, it's immutable, which is just that fancy word for permanent. The records can't be changed. Third, it's transparent, so anyone can look at the notebook and verify the transactions. And finally, it's incredibly secure, all locked down by some seriously advanced math. And this is where the chain part of blockchain comes from. Each new page or block of transactions is mathematically linked to the page before it. This creates this long, unbreakable chain of records. It's that chain that makes the whole system so secure and trustworthy. Okay, so with that little blockchain refresher, let's get back to Brazil and see how they're using this technology to take a massive leap into the future. So what exactly is DREX? Well, meet DREX. This is way more than just another tech acronym. This is Brazil's official all-in bet on the future of money. It's a massive state-backed project that's designed to put the entire country right at the cutting edge of global finance. So what does it stand for? DREX is short for Digital Real Electronic Transaction, and what it is officially is Brazil's central bank digital currency, or CBDC for short. Put simply, it's a digital version of Brazil's actual money, the real, and it's issued and fully backed by their central bank. And this is a really important point. This is not a cryptocurrency somebody cooked up in their basement. This is an official currency. It's stable because its value is tied directly to the Brazilian real, so one DREX will always be worth one real. And it's not trying to overthrow the banking system. It's actually going to be distributed through the banks we already know. And that brings us to a super important distinction, because this is where a lot of people get confused. You hear digital currency, and your brain immediately thinks Bitcoin, right? But even though they use similar tech underneath it all, DREX and cryptocurrencies are two totally different animals. You can really break down the differences into three main areas. First up, control. DREX is centralized. It's regulated by the government. Crypto, on the other hand, is famous for being decentralized and unregulated. Second, stability. DREX is stable. It's pegged to the national currency. Crypto? Well, we all know how volatile that can be. And finally, you've got purpose. DREX is all about upgrading the country's financial infrastructure, while crypto is often about operating outside of that system entirely. Okay, so that's the what, but now we get to the most important part, the why. Why does any of this matter? How could this programmable digital money actually change your life? Let's walk through some real-world examples that make this a lot clearer. All right, just imagine you're buying a car. Think about the process today. All the paperwork, the bank transfers, the waiting. It's a hassle. Now, with DREX, the car's title could be turned into a unique digital token on the blockchain. The money could then be programmed to instantly transfer to the seller at the exact same moment that the title token transfers to you. The whole thing happens in a few clicks. It's instant, it's secure, and it's done. Now, the magic that makes that car sale possible is something called smart contracts. And really, they're exactly what they sound like. They are self-executing contracts where all the rules of the deal are written directly into code. They basically automate the whole agreement, which gets rid of the mountains of paperwork and the need for a bunch of middlemen. Everything gets faster and a whole lot cheaper. And now think bigger. Think about the social impact. Things like government aid or social benefits could be sent right to a person's digital wallet, instantly. No delays, no risk of fraud. You could even program the money so it can only be spent on specific things, like groceries or medicine, making sure that the aid is used exactly as it was intended. So when you zoom out, you see that the grand vision here isn't just about a new, fancy way to pay for stuff. It's about building a whole new digital economy. That is, and I quote, faster, smarter, and more inclusive for absolutely everyone. So as Brazil pushes forward with this programming, money, and tokenizing assets, they're literally laying the foundation for a completely new financial era. And this isn't just a story about Brazil. It's really a preview of a massive shift that's coming for all of us, which leaves us with a pretty big question. Are we ready for it?